So, the semi-finals are set. From 48 teams, we are down to the final four. Welcome back to JK LFC, and it's a recap of the quarterfinals, and we're going to preview the semi-finals. But first, let's talk about the quarterfinals real quick. We started off with France against who did they face? Good question. I forgot who they faced already. No, I'm just kidding. They had a semi-final rematch from last World Cup against Morocco, and to be honest, they were clutch. And when I say they, I'm talking about Kylian Mbappe and Ousmane Dembele. They were clutch because in the 60th minute, Mbappe scored the first one, and I think about 5 minutes later, Dembele scores the second one. And as you might predict, France went through. They're going to face Spain in the semi-finals after Spain beat Belgium 2-1. It was a last-minute goal by Mikel Merino, who was really an impact player in this World Cup. So, big ups to him. But earlier this morning or last night, depending on your time zone, back-to-back quarterfinal matches and really the marquee matches of the quarterfinal stage in this World Cup. We started off with the one match that I couldn't pick a winner. I couldn't predict which team was gonna win over the other. Norway versus England. That was the one that I couldn't decide a winner. And Norway actually took the lead in the 37th minute, but 7 minutes later, just before halftime, Jude Bellingham equalized. So halftime is 1-1. And to be honest, the second half, other than a disallowed goal, justifiably so, for Norway, honestly, it was a lackluster second half. If I'm being honest, that game, just like the Argentina-Switzerland game, which I'll get to later on, that game did not have to go to extra time. I think Norway and England could have got the job done in 90 minutes, but for some reason things were just not clicking for either team. But once extra time started, and I think it was the 92nd minute, Jude Bellingham scored his second goal of the match, and England held on. England held on for the rest of the game, for the rest of extra time, and they won 2-1. They're gonna go into the semi-finals, thanks to, in my opinion, England's MVP, who is actually Jude Bellingham over Harry Kane. They're both close. Is really close because Harry Kane, he scored 6 goals in this World Cup. So did Jude Bellingham with his 2 goals today. So I think they're in good form going into the semi-finals. And who are they going to face? None other than Lionel Messi's Argentina. And just like the Norway-England game, if I'm being honest again, well, first of all, Argentina took the lead in the first 5 minutes. Lionel Messi had took the corner. Alexis McAllister headed in the goal, giving Argentina the lead. But the second half, Argentina just sat back. They were lackluster. And Switzerland actually equalized. So the momentum was actually going to Switzerland's side, and you think, maybe Switzerland could pull up a World Cup upset. They could be the team where, when other teams could not beat Argentina, Switzerland could pull off the upset. But 7 minutes after the equalizer, Embolo, the Swiss player, simulated a dive, having previously been booked in the game in itself. He simulated a dive, and after VAR review, the referee saw the simulation, and he did the right thing and gave Embolo his second yellow card, which obviously resulted in red. Let me say this to all the Argentina haters. All you haters out there, all you Messi haters, all you people who think that this World Cup, sorry, not FA Cup, that this World Cup is rigged, against other teams when Argentina faced them. Let me say this to all of you now. Whoever you are, if you hate Argentina and if you think this World Cup is rigged, and if you think that the Swiss player did not deserve to get sent off, I got 4 words for you. Shut the hell up! Shut up, man. That was a legit dive. It was a legit simulation. Second yellow card, deserved to go off. Deal with it. And to be fair, Switzerland dealt with it. Very good defensive display for Switzerland. And they held Argentina. And also coupled with the fact that Argentina, again, they were lackluster in the second half and had to go to extra time. And to be honest, in that game, we thought we were going to go to penalties because the first half of extra time, they didn't perform. It took a moment of magic. And come of the hour, come of the man, Julian Alvarez. Wow! What a screamer to put Argentina 2-1 up in the 111th minute. I saw the replays. I saw it live, and I saw the replays after the match was over, and I still say to myself, wow, what a screamer that, if I'm being honest, Messi himself would have been proud of. And it showed because Messi really went to embrace Julian Alvarez. And then, of course, Switzerland, having all to do, they tried to throw every attack option that they had, despite going down to 10 men. So credit to Switzerland. They fought their hardest. But at the end of the day, Lautaro Martinez scored the third goal to say game over, and Argentina through to the semi-finals. So now we're down to the final four. France is going to take on Spain on Wednesday night, Thursday morning, depending on your time zone. In Singapore time zone, it's Thursday, 3 a.m. in the morning. Ooh, wow. France versus Spain. It's been quoted by media as the final before the final, which I think is a very appropriate term. The same can be said for England and Argentina as well. Let me just. I've said this before. I want to see the rematch of the Qatar the Qatar final between France and Argentina. So for that reason, I think France will. My prediction is France to advance to the final. They're going to beat Spain, but will they beat Spain convincingly? That is my big question. I think, with all due respect to all the other teams that France have played up until this point, when you think of the group stage, offhand I can't remember who they faced, but round of 32 they faced Paraguay. They won that. Sorry, that was round of 16. Round of 32 they had an easy win, to be honest. Round of 16 they beat Paraguay, even though Paraguay were ruffians. Quarterfinals against Morocco, that's not a problem. So I think Spain will be their first big test in this World Cup. And Spain did not go through as easy a time as France did. Yet here they are in the semi-finals against France. So I still think France is going to go to the finals, but this will be the most difficult task for France. This will be the most difficult game for France going into the semi-finals. So I think as far as score-wise, I'm not going to predict any scores, but I won't be surprised if this goes to extra time. And by the way, Spain and France, as I recall, have yet to taste extra time in this World Cup knockout phase. So I think this could go to extra time. That's my prediction. But I think France will pip it in the end. On to the second semi-finals, England versus Argentina. Okay, I can't predict this one. just like Norway versus England, England, Argentina, I really cannot predict because, again, Argentina, they pull things out of the bag. They've already had 2 extra time knockout matches. The first one was against Cape Verde. The second one was they just had it against Switzerland. In between, they had to fight back from a 2-0 deficit against Egypt with 10 minutes to go regulation time before they flip it around. On the other hand, you have England. In this knockout phase, in this knockout stages, they went behind on 2 occasions, but they bounced back. Albeit this game against Norway was their first extra time game. But if you look at the games before that, Cape Verde took the lead, but Harry Kane bounced back. And then against Mexico, which was a real classic, England were in front thanks to Jude Bellingham. They scored 2 goals first. They went up 2-0. So how do I think this game is going to go? Shall we let this go to penalties? If I'm not mistaken, right, Switzerland versus Colombia. No, sorry. I almost said that Switzerland versus Colombia was the only penalty shootout knockout game. And I just remembered that Germany and Holland went out the same way. So, but is it safe to say that this match could go to penalties? I think it's not impossible. I think this could go to penalties and, made a better team win. But I could easily see Argentina taking the lead early in the game. But I think England could bounce back, could turn it around midway through the game. And then just before the end of regulation, I think Argentina could equalize, just pull one out of the hat. And then they're going to pull it to extra time. And then, let the penalties decide. But this will be another I think this will be another classic going into face France in the final. And either way, I'll be honest, either way, I'm actually happy. Whether it's the rematch from Qatar 2022 or France versus England in the final, I'm okay either way. You could have Kylian Mbappe versus Messi, or Kylian Mbappe versus Harry Kane, or Mbappe and Dembele versus Kane and Bellingham, or even Spain. Even though I predict France will win, Spain might pull not so much an upset, but they could pip France. And what if Spain faces England, a rematch of the Euro 2024 final, or maybe even Spain versus Argentina? Who knows Lionel Messi better than the Spain national team? After all, Messi spent most of his career in the La Liga. So again, I think we got the right 4 semi-finalists. We've got the right FIFA rankings ranks these 4 teams as the top 4 teams in the world. We got the final 4. It's the right 4. So my prediction for the final, oh man, it's close, but I want to see the rematch. I got to go with the rematch. But leave a comment. Who do you think is going to be emerging from the semifinals? Who do you want to see in the finals? Leave a comment. And as always, like, comment, share, subscribe. My apologies for the earlier outburst, but to be honest, I've really had enough of the people those conspiracy theories that want to say Argentina's wins are rigged because FIFA backs them. Seriously, let's just enjoy this World Cup and just stop all this conspiracy nonsense. Okay, just leave it alone. That's all I got to say. This has been an exciting, probably the best World Cup in years, maybe ever. Let's just enjoy it and just put all these conspiracy crap aside. Okay, just put some respect on Lionel Messi's name. Put some respect on Argentina's name. Obviously, put respect on England, Spain, and of course France. Respect the best 4 teams, the best 4 countries in this year's World Cup. And like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you at the next video.